Nonito Donaire, one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world, vacated his 2 bantamweight belts and is moving up in weight to face former junior featherweight titleist Wilfredo Vazquez Jr. for the now vacant 122-pound belt Vazquez once held. The Filipino Flash had a tough year in 2011, although he had one of the most exciting knockouts of the year against Fernando Montiel. Donaire struggled due to contractual issues with former promoter Gary Shaw, which did not allow the Filipino to fight as often as he wanted, or choose marquee opponents. A disappointing performance against Omar Narvaez did not help his case, as he could not catch the Argentine throughout the course of a dull 12-round affair.
If he doesn't want to make a fight, meaning Narvaez, you just do your thing, do your job.
However, this year could be brighter for the rising star, as he has signed a 3-year deal with Top Rank and Bob Arum, which could lead to potential fights against Juan Manuel Lopez and undefeated Yuriorkis Gamboa. The Flash's boxing skills are very well-rounded, and he uses his in-ring knowledge to outwit opponents. His timing is a major part of his game, using key moments inside the fight to unleash his rock-hard hands and put his opponents to sleep.
Donaire working well. Oh, my! Look out! Darchinian down for the first time! Struggling to get to his feet! In terrible...
This weekend, Donaire will look to use the same tactics to oust Vazquez Jr. and win his first belt at super bantamweight. Although Vazquez was knocked out in the last round of his previous title defense, he will look to erase the memory of that loss with a stellar performance against a popular Donaire. Fighting from under the shadows of countryman Manny Pacquiao, this will be a year to step into the light and shine. With HBO and Bob Arum backing the pound-for-pound prospect, 2012 could be the year we see Donaire live up to his potential and make himself a star inside of the squared circle.
So Donaire has given up his 2 bantamweight titles to move up in weight to fight against Vazquez for the super bantamweight title, which Vazquez once held. Do you think this is the right move for Donaire?
It's the right move, and it's the natural move, because Nonito Donaire is just getting too big for these smaller divisions. He's even too big for bantamweight. He's a giant bantamweight, and there weren't any fights left for him, really, at bantamweight either. Really, there was a fight against Abner Mares, which probably would have been a cakewalk for Nonito, or against Anselmo Moreno, but if Golden Boy and Top Rank can't get together to make Pacquiao Mayweather, they're not going to get together to make Donaire and Anselmo Moreno. So at super bantamweight, he's still very big, and I think this is a nice first step for him against Vazquez Jr., where he really has every advantage except for size in this matchup.
And what would a win mean for either one of these fighters here?
Well, for Vazquez, this would be the biggest win of his career and would really put him on the map for a big money rematch against Donaire, or he could go on for a rematch against Jorge Arce. For Donaire, it's honestly the same trajectory. He will probably go on to face Jorge Arce if he does get the victory here. And beyond that, we've been talking about fights, Donaire versus Gamboa, and a lot of big money fights, because Donaire, in my opinion, could be the next big star in the sport of boxing.
Okay, now how do you see this fight ending?
I think this will be very conclusive for Nonito Donaire, and I know I said that last time when he faced Omar Narvaez, but as it turned out, Narvaez knew how to protect himself, knew how to be safe in the ring. Vazquez doesn't know that. He has no amateur pedigree. His defense is his legs. He doesn't keep his hands up. So even though he's bigger, he's also slower, and I can see him getting caught with a massive knockout shot in under 6 rounds.